I'm Grace Daniel reporting from the U.S. Crime Files. Today, we're diving into the heartbreaking story of Roxan Palto, a young woman who vanished in Austin, Texas, leaving behind unanswered questions and a family desperate for the truth. Elizabeth Palto, Roxan's mother, pleads with the world, "I don't want to leave this world not knowing what happened to my daughter." Was Roxan a runaway, or did something far darker unfold that summer? The last person to see Roxan alive was her boyfriend, Lewis Walls. He claims they argued and Roxan stormed off, leaving her belongings behind. But her family insists Lewis is hiding something. They call him a low-life bum, a man with a criminal past, and fear he knows more than he admits. Melissa McCarthy is in Austin, where the search continues. What began as a normal summer turned into a nightmare when Roxan disappeared after spending the July 4th weekend with Lewis. Elizabeth had planned a family holiday outing, but Roxan chose to celebrate her anniversary with Lewis instead. She promised to be home soon, kept in touch daily, and yet, when the time came, she never returned. Hours passed, then days. A call from Roxan's phone came, but it was Lewis on the line. He said they'd fought, she left in anger, and he tried to find her, but she wouldn't answer. Roxan's family grew frantic. Leaving without her phone or purse? That wasn't like her. The motel where Roxan and Lewis stayed was in a rough part of Austin, a place known for crime and desperation. Elizabeth never imagined her daughter would be in such a place. Lewis, however, delayed reporting Roxan missing for nearly 24 hours. That alone set off alarms with investigators. Why wait? When police arrived, they found Roxan's belongings, everything she supposedly left behind, but the clothes Lewis returned to the family were not hers. Roxan's phone told an even stranger story. After her disappearance, it made hundreds of calls, mostly to 1-800-sex lines and Lewis's ex-girlfriend. Lewis appeared to be using her phone for his own purposes. And who was Lewis Walls? A man who lied about his age, claimed to be 18 when he was closer to 28, with a long rap sheet and connections to drugs and crime. A man who was the last to see Roxan alive but refused to cooperate with police, insisting he was being framed. Then another man entered the picture, Jeffrey Moore. Police responded to a violent domestic disturbance at a nearby motel. A security guard witnessed Moore choking a woman, struggling with her. Police found Roxan's ID in Moore's wallet. His story about how he came to have it was questionable. A dark stain in his car turned out to be just ketchup, but Moore's reputation made him a person of interest. Meanwhile, Roxan's family fought to keep her memory alive, handing out flyers, talking to anyone who might help. A woman named Loretta promised to help find Roxan, but was later found dead, brutally murdered with signs she was silenced for asking too many questions. Months passed, years even. A tip led the FBI and police to search a field near the motel, but no remains were found. Detective Scott believes Roxan's fate lies between Moore and Walls, caught in a dangerous world she never wanted to enter. Lewis Walls disappeared from sight, moving on to other young women, leaving a trail of fear. Elizabeth and her family continue to hope for answers, for justice, for Roxan to come home. Elsewhere, a man sues a doctor for seducing his ex-wife, a case sparking debate about love, betrayal, and the law. And in a chilling murder trial, a man claims cold medicine made him forget killing his wife. A defense met with skepticism but also legal complexity. Tonight, Roxan's story reminds us how fragile life can be and how far a family will go to find the truth. If you have any information, please stay with us and subscribe the U.S. Crime Files.